Hey, what's going on guys? It's therudolphin here, back again with another video. And in today's video we're going to be going over the top 5 best landing locations in chapter 2 season 4. And as you all know, there have been some new POI updates, so there are going to be a couple of new landing locations that are very good to land at. So if you all would like to get all the information, make sure to stick to the end of the video. And also guys, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell notification, and by doing that you're going to be staying up to date with all the Fortnite news leaks and information. So yeah, make sure you do that. Without further ado, let's hop straight into this video. Alrighty guys, so the very first location that we're going to be talking about is a new POI that has recently been added in chapter 2 season 4. And it is the Antman location house, or I guess it's not even a house, it's just kind of like a shed. But yeah guys, if you all did not know, it's located right outside of Holly Hedges, and it's actually not too big of a POI, and that's why it's a really nice place to land. It's very low key, and it has decent loot, and it also has great rotation and mobility, so this place is just perfect. So this place can have a total of up to 3 chest spawns. The first one is going to be in the water bowl. The second one is going to be at the top of the house or the shed. And you can use the tennis ball, which is inside the shed, to bounce up and get that chest. So yeah, there's that. The one in the water bowl, and then the very last one, which is going to be underground in the little tunnels or holes that are under the house. And there's also a bunch of floor loot spawns outside of the house and underground. So on top of that, there's a lot of loot spawns beside chests. And yeah, this place is really nice because once again, like I said, it's very low key. It has good chests and other loot spawns. It has decent mats and the rotation. Now, if you all did not know, this is the only area in the map currently that has multiple rifts around it. So that's why this is a really good location, because of the rifts. Like I said, no other location on the Fortnite map has rifts around it, and this one has a minimum of 2 every single time. So if you were to get contested, which usually never happens, if you wanted to, you could just leave the entire area completely by hitting a rift to go. So that's why this place is so good. And the rotation around it, there's so many areas that you can go to after you're done looting and fighting at this area. You could go to Salty Springs, Holly Hedges, Weeping Woods, or Sweaty Sands. So this place is just perfect for getting a good amount of kills, because you will most likely have 1 or 2 people here, and then once you kill them, you can go take their loot and go to any of those 4 places that I just said. So yeah, that is why this area is such a good place to be at. Alrighty guys, so the second place we're going to be talking about is the Sentinel Graveyard, which was recently added into chapter 2 season 4 as well. Now, not too many people know of this area actually, and it's quite surprising because it was actually in the trailer, but few people actually know where this is at. And it's a very low-key location with a lot of good loot, and your chances of dying are a lot lower compared to any other area. So yeah guys, the Sentinel Graveyard is right outside of the Authority and Lazy Lake. So if you all do not know, there are a bunch of dead robots that got killed from the Avengers, and they're just laying there, but they actually have a lot of good loot. And I think there's a total of like 6 chest spawns or 4, because each one of the robots has one either in their head or near their neck. And there's also either 1 or 2 chests inside of the broken house right outside of it, and then some on the hill. So yeah, this area has a lot of good loot. It does have mobility. If you all did not know, or if you all did not see, just watch my background gameplay and I will be bouncing around, and basically their hands, if you jump on them, they will shoot you over to another location next to a robot. So you can use those as rotation, or you can use it to get more loot in a smaller or a less amount of time. So that's really useful and helpful because it just makes your looting process more efficient. So yeah, that's really helpful. And if you all did not know, there's actually a mountain, and it's where the zip line will take you if you go up it. So over there's usually a chest spawn, and there's always going to be a campfire there. So I just find it really cool and helpful that they have a campfire there, because if you get injured or you get some health taken away in a battle, once you finish the battle, you can go over there and heal up if you need to. So that's really nice and convenient. Alrighty guys, so the third location that we have for you all is Coral Castle. Now we've had this POI for a decent amount of time, but honestly each time that I go there I see fewer and fewer people go. So usually when I go there, there's like a total of 2 or 3 people at the entire area. And there's so much loot at this place, it's just unreal. There are so many chests here, and it's just such an OP place to land at for good loot. And I think people just don't realize how good of a spot it actually is. So yeah, at this area there's chest spawns all around it. There's like a total of like 7 in the main big building. And at all the other buildings there's like at least 2 if not more. And then there's like these towers on the outskirts that always, or usually always, have chests in them. I'm just so used to saying always, but as we all know, Fortnite reduced the chest spawn rate from 100% to 75%. So if I keep on saying that, I'm sorry guys. But yeah, this is honestly just such a great place to land at, and you can get such good loot from it. And it's also very low key, like barely any people land here. So if you're looking to get some good easy loot, I would 100% recommend going here, because practically nobody goes here anymore. I feel like people just slowly forgot about this place. But yeah guys, on to our fourth location. We have these 3 houses which are right outside of Doom's Domain and Coral Castle. So there's a total of 4 big houses, and then there's a smaller one which is right next to them. And usually around 2 to 3 people will land here, but because there are 4 houses, you should get a house to yourself. And the house will usually have a chest spawn, if not 2. And if you don't get a chest, you will have some floor loot that you will be able to loot. And then you could go to another house if you would like, because once again, the people that land there are less than the number of houses usually. So yeah, you could do that if you like. Now with this location, you can also rotate to Craggy Cliffs, Doom's Domain, Coral Castle like I said, Sweaty Sands. So yeah, you have a lot of options to where you can rotate to. And when you leave the houses, if you kill everyone and get all the loot, you should have some kind of rotation, whether it be shockwaves or bouncers, but you should have some form of rotation before you leave there. So if you need to, you can get to an area a lot quicker. What I do personally when I land here is I usually either go to Doom's Domain or Coral Castle, and then from there I will get a couple kills. And then if I'm not in zone, then I will run into zone. So yeah, this is a very efficient and nice looting area that you can go to. And guys, the very final location that we have is going to be the orchard, which is right outside of Frenzy Farms. Now I go here a lot, and the times that I do go here, the population is very low, like 1 or 2 maybe. So this is an awesome low-key area that you could drop at if you're looking to get kills in the late game and get good loot for mid game and early game. This place has a total of 3 or 4 different areas that you can go to. There's farm fields, there's a farmhouse, there's a house, and then there's a section in the middle. And they also have cars here. So they have a bunch of stuff here. And it also has great mats, great loot, and it does have some kind of healing. Because at the orchard there's lettuce, apples, a campfire, and by the market area there are usually crates that you can search that will give you food items. So you could also get a little extra shield from those. But yeah, this is just an awesome area to land at. And once you're done landing at this area, you could go to Frenzy Farms, Craggy Cliffs, Steamy Stacks, or Doom's Domain. And each one of them are super close to this area. And on top of that, you don't have to worry about walking there because you can just drive there with a car. And usually there's about 2 to 3 cars there. So if you'd like, you could also land here for duos, but this is mainly for solos. But once again, you could land here for duos, and there's usually always a gas can nearby, so even if the car is low on fuel, you can fuel it up with the gas can. So yeah, that is really nice and useful. Most of the time the orchard also is not too far away from zone, but once again, even if it is, you have the cars to get there, so you won't be panicked or anything like that. Because even if it is far, you have transportation to get there and you have good rotation. So yeah, this spot is honestly just perfect. Alrighty guys, that was the very last location for this video. If you all enjoyed, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, share this video with all your friends, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.